watching the Highlight Zone with WANE 15 Sports Director Glenn Marini. Local sports coverage you can count on.
It's the Highlight Zone. Yeah, the Highlight Zone. It's the Highlight Zone. Yeah, the Highlight Zone. It's Friday night. We on the Highlight Zone.
It's a good game to play right before sectionals, like a measuring stick, know where you're at as a team.
It's really just about chemistry, you know. We've all been together for forever.
I'm just excited to play for our fans. It's so fun.
Momentum's a big thing. We all obviously need that.
You got to play a high level, win a sectional, so they're a really high level team.
You want to be on all cylinders going into tournaments, so we'll treat it like that Friday night.
It's the Highlight Zone. Yeah, the Highlight Zone. It's the Highlight Zone. Yeah, the Highlight Zone.
Well, there ain't no momentum like momentum. Yeah, we got March just around the corner coming up on Sunday, and it also means that sectional play is inching closer and closer. Now, this Friday is all about getting a little positive momentum and some good vibes heading into postseason play. We know that was definitely the case at the Tiger Den, and Courtney Grimm was there on Friday night. She joins us now with your Highlight Zone Game of the Week. Courtney.
Hey Josh, 3 seasons after a state runner-up finish, Southwood is hoping to get back to Gainbridge Fieldhouse next month. The Knights are 18-3 and ranked 7th in the 1A state poll. That should be a great measuring stick for a 15-6 Bluffton team that's hoping to win a sectional title in their own gym next week. Southwood at Bluffton, it's your Highlight Zone Game of the Week. Southwood is in year 4 of the Christian Perry era. Tigers in year 3 of the Craig Teagle era. He's got over 480 wins in his 30-plus years as a head coach. We'll start here in the first quarter. Southwood comes out the gate strong and great defensively all night long. Marshall comes up with the steal to Griffin Chambers. He finishes with a reverse lay right there, and the Knights lead early 19-7. We'll jump to the second quarter. Here comes the Tigers. Maddox White finds Declan Greaser for 3. He cuts the deficit to 7 and leads all scores tonight with 24 points. Jump here to the third quarter. They're going to keep it on rolling. Gavin Greaser comes up strong with the chance at 3. It's a tough finish there, and the Tigers are trailing by 8 in the third quarter. Fourth quarter now, Southwood, they just keep that lead though. Bryce Wilcox, he drives through some contact with the and 1. He finishes with 20 points tonight, and the Knights lead by 13, 57-44. Fourth quarter, Southwood's Maddox Marshall, he comes up with another steal. He takes it coast to coast for the bucket and count it with the 3-point play. Knights up 65-50, and Southwood, they'll go on to win this one 67-52.
Means a lot. Going into sections next week gives us motivation to go and to win. I'm super proud of them. They came a long way in shots and playing, getting better at defense every day at practice.
It was a really good win, especially with going into sectionals already. It was a good team to prepare for, and we know we're going to have tough teams on our road to state. We had a great defense. We went to man because we were trying to change things up, give them some pressure, and it really worked. We were stealing the lot.
We beat a really good team, and that should give us some confidence going into the tournament next week. We looked really good. Had to come into an environment where it's senior night for them, and they were all hyped up, and just a lot of positivity for us going forward.
Next up, Southwood opens sectional play Wednesday night against Cohen. Bluffton plays on Tuesday against South Adams. Josh, back to you.
All right, thank you, Courtney. Well, Homestead's going to take on Southside next Friday at Huntington North to open 4A sectional play. Without a doubt, that will be your Highlight Zone Game of the Week. Tonight, though, the Spartans with a bit of a tune-up test against the Norwell Knights. And how about Norwell opening this game with a barrage of 3-pointers? That last one coming courtesy of Josh McBride and then Cade Thornton, all bringing the boom to Spartan Arena. And oh baby, Norwell's got themselves a 22-14 lead heading into the second quarter. It's the Mac attack on the other end for Homestead. Mac Welker, the putback and punishment as he finishes with a team-high 20. Norwell fans not really liking that. And oh, they would not really like this either. Jake Kuhlman, cool as a cucumber. Always like to say that. Jake Kuhlman with a 3 right there as Norwell falls to Homestead. The Spartans rally back to win 56-48. Go to the Birdcage in Columbia City. The Eagles are ranked 6th in the state this week in Class 3A. Columbia City hosting Concordia. This will also happen to be senior night for the Eagles, and yeah, you could say the Eagles were flying high at the Birdcage. That's a nice little putback right there for Josh Eberly to help Columbia City take a 19-10 lead Some strong sign game from that Columbia City student section. Even stronger game, though, from Landon Richmond. Richmond, the walking double-double with 22 points and 12 rebounds, and he helps Columbia City maintain that 9-point lead, 21-12. Here comes Concordia on the other end. You're going to see Rashawn Johnson using the glass for 2, but Columbia City rolls past Concordia with a 48-33 win. One conference game left in the SAC on Friday night. You've got Bishop Luers taking on Carroll. Now, Al Taylor was actually recognized this week by the Indiana Basketball Coaches Association as your player of the week. And it shows you why right there as Taylor uses the glass for 2. Cole Lambert able to answer on the other end, though, as Lambert connects for the triple. But check this out. Right before the end of the first quarter, it is Carmani Davis. Little 30-footer just casually dropping that in right there to help Luers take a 16-14 lead to the end of the first quarter. But Carroll is able to climb right back. That is Jack Van Order with an orderly finish to the cup as Carroll wins a close one at Charger Fieldhouse, 56-53. Jay County won the ACAC regular season title as the Patriots are at the TP on Friday to take on Bellmont. And the Patriots get on the board first right here. That is Jaden Comer with 2 of his 18 as Jay County takes the early lead. A lot of students in support at the TP for Bellmont, and yeah, they're going to be packing Cambridge Fieldhouse on Saturday for the girls team. Bellmont answering the other way. Cameron Summers with 2 of his game-high 23, but here comes Graydon Swovlin. Swovlin with 2 of his 19 to lead the way for Jay County, and the ACAC champs roll to the TP to take down Bellmont by a final of 63-55. DeKalb with a bit of a tall task on Friday night. You've got Northridge winning a share of the NLC title. Raiders coming to Auburn, ranked 6th in the 4A state poll. And yeah, they show you why right here. Brady Scholl, the big man, doing work down low as he helps Northridge actually trim the deficit. DeKalb actually with a pretty good start in this one. Here comes DeKalb the other way. That is Dalton Cox going coast to coast as the Barons have got themselves a 14-13 lead. However, here comes Northridge answering back. That is Hayden Johnson knocking down that triple right there. And the number 6 team in Class 4A comes to Auburn and knocks off DeKalb by a final of 62-39. At the Big Blue Pitch, you've got East Noble battling Wawasee. Warriors with a pretty solid record, coming in with a 15-8 record. And they show you why right here. First quarter, Nolan Holtzwart with the first bucket of the game, and Wawasee takes that early 2-0 lead. But hey, here comes Eastside on the other end. Just feed the big man down low, Hunter Shire. You might remember him dominating in the trenches during football season, and yeah, Shire can definitely hoop as well, as that one actually ties the game at 2 apiece. Holtzwart answering on the other end to put Wawasee back in front, and you know what? We just love ourselves, our thick men, so much. Hunter Shire with another bucket right there as he ties the game again. But Wawasee goes on the road to win at the Big Blue Pit, 45-34. Now we're going to take a quick timeout, but when we come back, it is a full Friday night of basketball here in Northeast Corner Conference. We're going to head to Eastside, West Noble, Fairfield, Lakeland as well for some conference action in the NECC. Plus, Westview already clinching the NECC conference title earlier this week. Tonight, the Warriors stepping out of conference play as Chandler Pribble's team ranked 3rd in the 2A state poll. We're going to see if the Warriors could stay hot against a 4A program against the Concord Minutemen. That is coming up next on the Highlight Zone.
We are the Homestead Spartans, and more Highlight Zone is up next.
The Westview Warriors, welcome back to the Highlight Zone. Yeah! Let's go! Let's go!
Well, Tuesday night, Westview beating Fremont 67-18, and that win clinching the Warriors the NECC title outright. It also marked Westview's 20th win in a row. The Warriors have only lost once all season, and that was all the way back on December 1st against 4A number 6 Northridge. So, Westview taking on another 4A team on Friday night as the Warriors are taking on the men of Concord. And yeah, we show you why Westview's one of the best teams in 2A. Austin Slayball absolutely slaying it to the rim for 2 as he puts Westview on the board. But minutes later, it's the Minutemen of Concord answering back. That's Bo Brunner bearing a 3-pointer right there. Brunner finishing with 18 as Westview actually still has got the lead 10-5. But here comes Chandler Pribble's crew. Sleigh ball again. The junior with a game-high 25 points in this one. But you know what? You can't talk about Westview basketball without talking about the million Yoders that play on this team. This is Pierce the Yoder, piercing the veil for three as Westview keeps on rolling. Win number 21 in a row now. 69-47 is your final. NECC conference play. You've got Angola and Lakeland 7-2 in conference play. Hornets riding a 5-game winning streak coming into this one, but Lakeland's trying to end that streak on Friday night as that is Sam Kell connecting for the corner, and Lakeland has got themselves the early 12-7 lead. Hornets singing right back. It's Reed Lance lashing out with a three-pointer right there to cut into the deficit 12-10. And then how about another three-ball right here? Tyler Rupel, little swirl around the rim right there to put Angola up by 3. And the Hornets wrap up the regular season with 6 straight wins. Hornets take down Lakeland 58-47. At Garrett Court, it is senior night at Eastside. Now, only one senior on the roster, but it's a pretty big one. The state's leading shot blocker in 6'5" Nolan Baker. But Busco's trying to spoil the plans for senior nights. That is Josiah Morales knocking down that triple as Busco has got a 9-7 lead heading into the second quarter. Now here's the aforementioned Baker. Not a block right here, but hey, still pretty impressive on this end. Baker with the hoop and the harm, but Busco's still got an 11-9 lead. More from Eastside. This time it is Quentin Dickeroff with the layup right there as Eastside rallies down the stretch to take down Busco 44-39. We got ourselves Garrett at West Noble and Ligonier. The Chargers looking to snap a 10-game losing streak and get a little positive momentum before the postseason. West Noble actually having the lead when we pick it up in the third quarter, but oh baby, Garrett's able to trim into that as that is Gabe Armstrong making it a 1-point deficit. Later, more from the Railroaders. Isaiah King saying, "King me!" King with a bucket and one to put Garrett in front for the moment. West Noble answering as that is Trevor Steele. Nerves of steel to put West Noble in front for the moment. And then this is Aiden Replogle with a triple to extend that West Noble lead. But this one comes down to the wire in Ligonier, and Garrett escapes with a 56-53 win over West Noble. Fairfield looking for its 9th win in its last 10 games. Falcons are ranked 7th in Class 3A, and they are hosting Central Noble on Friday night. And we start in the first quarter with Brady Park flying high to the rim, and the Falcons, they've got themselves the early 4-0 lead in their own gym. Here comes Central Noble answering the other way. Nice little mid-range J courtesy of Nick Freeman, but Fairfield still has got the 8-6 lead. More from the Falcons, this time defense leading to offense. It is Parker Smith with the steal and the score as Fairfield wraps up the regular season with a 49-29 win over Central Noble. Manchester won the 2A state title last season, and new head coach Pat Lepper and the Squires, they're looking for their 6th straight win as they host Mississinewa. Picking up in the second quarter, this is a little give-and-go action. Lincoln Young to Sam Winger, and that makes it a 17-7 lead for Manchester. You like that finish? Oh, you're going to love this even more. Carson Heath hammering the rim and rocking the jungle right there to make it a 24-12 lead for Manchester. More from the Squires, this time Dallas Martin beating the halftime buzzer with a little friendly bounce. But speaking of buzzer beaters, yeah, Manchester falls on the wrong end of a buzzer beater as they lose in heartbreaking fashion to Mississinewa. 48-47 is your final. Northfield hosted Tri-Central, and oddly enough, these two teams are going to play each other in the first round of sectionals coming up Tuesday night down at Westview. Start this one in the first quarter. It's Ryder Schramm knocking down that three for the Norse, and that triple puts the Norse on the board and gives them the early 3-2 lead. Gotta love that cute kid right there. More from the Norse, this time Cody Holmes to Bodie Sorge for three. And you know what? We love this Holmes family so much for Northfield. We're going to give some love to another Holmes. This time Logan Holmes feeding Cody. That's a bucket inside, and Northfield extends the lead, but the Norse can't hang on as they lose to Tri-Central 53-45. Final stop for high school hoops, we have got Lakeland Christian at Whitko. First-year coach Drew Benedict now leading the Wildcats, and Lakeland Christian actually with a pretty good start in this one. Nice backdoor cut, finds Isaiah Stahl for the buckets, and the Cougars have got themselves an early 4-2 lead. Oh, but don't worry, those Whitko fans have got plenty to cheer for in this game. Still, on the other end, that is Cooper Lokoff Lokoff with a corner three to put Whitko in front 5-4. And then how about feeding to the big man down low? Caden Deneve dominating with a bucket right there as Whitko takes down Lakeland Christian by a final of 53-26. Stay tuned, we got your gem of the night and a whole lot more coming up next.
We're the Eastside cheerleaders, and you're watching the Highlight Zone. The Columbia City Eagles, welcome back to the Highlight Zone.
Here at Peter Franklin Jewelers, we are proud to support local high school athletics. That's why we continue to sponsor the Highlight Zone on WANE TV.
Congratulations to this week's winner of the Gem of the Night, presented by Peter Franklin Jewelers.
All right, we got to go down to the jungle for this week's Gem of the Night. Carson Heath, the steal, the slam, the spectacular finish. Heath, full of Heath bars in this one, and oh so sweet finish to the rim. Now, we did mention that Manchester did lose on a buzzer beater to Mississinewa, but I tell you what, I saw that buzzer beater on social media tonight, and if you freeze frame it, the kid from Mississinewa still had the ball in his hands when that clock hit triple zeros and the backboard was lit red. So, Manchester, you got robbed in this one. Here's the consolation prize for you. Carson Heath slamming it down. That is your Gem of the Night, courtesy of Peter Franklin Jewelers. How about some women's college hoops? We got the semifinals of the Crossroad League tournament, and second seeded St. Francis hosting Bethel. And Callie Gregory, man, she was cooking in the first half. The Crestview High School grad, yeah, connecting for this one all the way from the Buckeye State. 17 of her 25 coming in the first half as St. Francis has got a 34-26 lead at halftime. Third quarter, that is the West Noble grad, Jasmine Smith, cutting the deficit down to 3. But they had no answers for Renna Schwederman. The Jay County High School grad finishing with 22 as St. Francis is moving on with a 74-53 win over Bethel. They will visit Marion on Monday at 7 o'clock in the Crossroads League title game. WHAC semifinals, Indiana Tech the top seed in this tournament. Warriors hosting Siena Heights, and Taylor Covington actually coming in as your conference player of the year, and she shows you why right here. Covington with a season-high 35 points in this one, and that bucket gives Indiana Tech a 2-point lead. More from the Warriors, Jaden Gully going coast to coast for 2. She had 18. And then how about the Central Noble grad, Madison Weiss? Man, she's been a special player for the Warriors this season. As Indiana Tech rolls past Siena Heights 77-49, the Warriors will host Rochester Christian in the conference tournament title game Monday at 6 p.m. Finally on the ice, the Komets are back home after 6 straight games on the road. Komets with their Komets Fight Cancer Nights, wearing purple sweaters as they take on the Cincinnati Cyclones. And in the second period, that is Matt Capone, courtesy of Tyler Inamoto, to tie this game at 1 apiece. But this defensive struggle would go the way of the Cyclones. Power play time for Cincinnati, that is Sam Stevens with a second chance shot and finish right there. And that's your only final tally of the night as the Komets' home struggles continue in a 2-1 loss to the Cyclones. The Komets will host the Wheeling Nailers on Saturday, followed by a visit to Wheeling on Sunday night. Well, that's going to do it for your final Friday night of the regular season on boys basketball. We will have sectional action for you next week starting on Tuesday. But hey, don't forget, it is a 260 takeover in girls basketball at Cambridge Fieldhouse tomorrow night. You've got Fremont, Oak Hill, Bellmont, Norwell, and yours truly is going to be making the drive to Indy to cover all 4 state title games. So stay tuned on WANE 15. We'll have you covered. But for now, for Courtney, I'm Josh. We'll see you next Friday night.